morning and a happy Health Wednesday. I hope that you've had a beautiful week. How have you been? It has been a long holiday. Wale ambao tulikuwa holiday on Monday. Hello. I hope that you enjoyed your holiday. I'm hoping that at your workplace mulipatiwa holiday and that you enjoyed it as much as you can. But here is Wednesday and another time for us to learn more about our health, another time for us to have impact conversation on our health. This is Impact Dialogues Health Wednesday. My name is Ruth Wanjiru and I am so happy to be with you this morning. I am so happy to share a screen with you this morning. I am so happy that we are going to be spending our morning together and make the most of it. Make sure that we learn as much as possible. Now, Impact Dialogues is a show where you get to learn more and more about things that are making impact in your society, in the country, across the world, and have conversations that not only drive impact but also inspire change in our lives. And my hope and prayer is that this show is blessing you wherever you are, and that it is helping you learn as much as possible. Now, good morning. I will be looking forward to get your check-ins. Wale bado haja check-in, this is the time. Start checking in. Niambie morning, niambie your health tip of the week, and also tell me where you're watching us from. My numbers are on your screen. That is 0711 176 006. That is the number I am using this morning. So that number you can WhatsApp me. Pia unaweza nipigia selfie na your cup of coffee. Very important. With your cup of coffee hapo nipigie selfie alafu nitumie on still that same number 0711 176 006. Also tell me where you're watching us from and tell me how your week is going. Na usisahau your health tip of the week. Those health tips help us a lot. Those health tips have helped a lot of us. Kwanza wale wakunywa maji kwa wingi. I'm hoping that nowadays we take as much water because I think that is the most common health tip that we always have right here on Impact Dialogues. We are also live on socials. Watu wa Facebook, good morning. Give me a thumbs up. Nipatie your like when you want to watch Facebook. Give me that thumbs up and tell me good morning right there on the comment section. Niambie where you're watching us from. And also, watu wa Facebook, msisahau your health tip of the week. Also follow, like, and share that page. Watu wa YouTube, sijawasahau. We are live on the Oracle Television Network YouTube page, all right? So make sure that wherever you're watching, kama uko Facebook, comment hapo kwa Facebook. Kama uko YouTube, comment hapo kwa YouTube. Kama unatu watch on Oracle TV, the millions that are watching us on Oracle TV, just send me a text via that number that is right there. That is 0711 176 006. Allow me to put my cup of coffee aside. Nanichoma mikono. My cup of coffee aside. But as I was saying, that is the number right there. And today is a beautiful day. It is our Health Wednesday, and we have a lot lined up for you. We have our Today in History coming up, and actually this is something that is so powerful. I actually found something that is related to Kenya and that is helping Kenyans a lot. And that is what we are going to be having in our Today in History. Then today is International Day of Stammering, World Awareness. Like today is that day that they create awareness on people that stammer or people that stutter, or rather on the stuttering itself or the stammering itself as a condition. Now today the world is commemorating that. We are going to be looking more into stammering and stuttering, the causes of stammering, the challenges of stammering. We are also going to be looking at if there are any if there are any cures for stammering, if there are any cures for stuttering, and if there is a particular cause for stuttering and stammering. And also we are going to look at why this day is important to me and you, why we have to learn about it, and why the WHO commemorates this day. We are going to be looking more into that, so do stick around. I do have a riddle. I know it's Wednesday, so I do have a health riddle. Do stick around for that. Yalo ina zawadi. Fridi inakwanga na zawadi, by the way. But I do also have your riddle of the week, health tips of the week. You keep them coming in. And also our traffic updates, our weather updates, and all these lined up for you. So I am hoping you are going to walk with me mpaka tumalizie hadi pale kilele. Hoping that you're going to walk together bumper to bumper hadi tumalizie. Make sure that you learn something. Make sure that you teach me something as well as we go together. And to kick us off, allow me to kick us off. First of all, sijui tuangalie whether updates ama tuone wenye wame check in. Let us see who have checked in. I think that is very important first. So, we check those who have checked in, and then we are going to look at our weather updates. Good morning, Ruth. Tuko ndani. Aha, thank you so much. That is Joan na Humincha. Ajasema na tutazuma kutoka wapi, but most important thing amesema tuko ndani. That is good. Good morning, Ruth. Health tip of the year nitasoma baadaye. Health tip of the week nitasoma baadaye. But thank you so much for checking in, for marking the register. Tuna mark register ya wale ambao wameingia ndani. Let me see who else. Allow me to read two more so that we can go ahead and get our weather updates. So, good morning, Oracle TV. Good morning. Nimewashika tu saizi. I don't know what is happening, but I'm in. All right. It is Impact Dialogues Health Wednesday. Anasema hajui what is happening, but akondani. That is a good one. That is a good one. Those are check-ins. Thank you so much for checking in. Let me see on Facebook as well. But you guys make me laugh sometimes. Kwa sababu huyo ananifurahisha, ananiambia mimi sijui kwa nini lakini niko ndani. But thank you so much. I do love you for loving the show and for always being with us. Pale Facebook as well, Irusi, we are continuing to come in. Thank you so much. Endeleeni kuingia and continue telling me where you're watching us from and continue checking in. I'm going to read your messages later, I promise you that. But first of all, here are our weather updates. All right, and we start right off with the highlands, west of Rift Valley. Today I'm going to put them together so that we can not take so much time there. So we are going to look at the highlands west of Rift Valley, Lake Victoria Basin, and parts of Rift Valley together. All right, because I think their weather today looks similar. So here I have counties like Nandi, Kakamega, Vihiga, Bungoma, Siaya. We have Busia, we have Baringo, we have Nakuru, Trans Nzoia, Uasin Gishu, Elgeyo Marakwet, West Pokot, Kisii, Nyamira, Kericho, Bomet, Kisumu, Homa Bay, Migori, Narok. So kama uko kwa hizo county, here is how your weather looks like this morning. All right. So morning rains in a few of the places. There might be possible afternoon showers and thunderstorms over, a few several places, and night showers are very possible also in some of the areas. Let me look at some of those areas because a place like, a place like Nairobi, Kiambu and county, Nairobi, Kiambu and Murang'a, those counties are going to be having quite warm mornings because the temperatures throughout the day actually are going to be as high as 27 degrees Celsius. This will be in the mid-afternoons. That temperature will be so high, and then they are going to cool down by late night, and they are going to go all the way down to 20 degrees Celsius. And counties like, let me see also in the highlands, the ones we've read. Let me see some of them. For example, in Kisumu and Homa Bay County, we see that it's going to be a little bit muggy because the humidity is going to be a bit high, and it's going to be comfortable weather. also, but watch out for foggy early morning. If that has not yet happened, that is in Kisumu and Homa Bay County. And of course, temperatures there are going to be ranging between 35 degrees Celsius and 23 degrees Celsius. 35 at the peak, so that around mid-afternoon, and then 23 degrees Celsius, that is in the evenings or in the late night. Then counties like Kericho and Nakuru, their climate range today is going to be, ranging between 29 degrees Celsius highs. That is during the day. That is the mid-afternoon. And then, of course, ipungue up to 18 degrees Celsius. And it's going to be a bit warm, so be comfortable today if you've not yet left your house. All right. Number 2, we look at the high east of the Rift Valley. This one include Nyandarua, Laikipia, Nyeri, Kirinyaga. We also have Meru, Embu, Tharaka Nithi. It's going to be cloudy. You're going to have cloudy mornings and also occasional rains in a few places, including maybe Nyandarua, also Nyeri, Laikipia, and Muranga. And also we are going to be having temperatures ranging from as high as that is 26 degrees Celsius and as low as 13 degrees Celsius. Then in counties like Turkana and Samburu, it is going to be a bit rainy. We're going to be having night showers today in Turkana and Kisumu. Possibility of that. Morning rains if you've not yet experienced that. And thunderstorms very likely in those counties. Then warm mornings and also the hottest temperatures are going to be at around 37 degrees Celsius. And daytime highs are going to be very warm. There's going to be isolated winds as well in those counties. Then we move ahead to northeastern Kenya. Watu wa Marsabit, I almost said Wajir. Watu wa Marsabit, Mandera, Wajir, Garissa, and Isiolo. It is going to be hot. Temperatures are going to be ranging between 39 degrees Celsius highs, and that is in the mid-afternoon. That is going to be the highest peak heat, and also the lowest will be 24 degrees Celsius. That will be in the evening. It's going to be very warm to hot by midday. So we are going to start with warm, hot, and then in the evening a very warm night. So make sure that hydration is yours if you're around those counties. Then we have the southeast lowlands. These I have Machakos, I have Kitui, I have Makueni, I also have Kajiado County, Taita Taveta, and also some parts of Tana River. So there's going to be sunny intervals by the day. Nights are going to be partly cloudy and possibilities of night showers in parts of the county, some of the counties. All right. Then your temperatures, the highest peak is going to be 31 degrees Celsius in the mid-afternoon, and the lowest is going to be 19 degrees Celsius in the night. Then we look at the coastal part, the coastal part of Kenya. That is Mombasa, Malindi, Kilifi, and also we have Kwale, and also we have also parts of Tana River. And these ones are going to be, let me see, sunny intervals during the day. The nights are going to be partly cloudy. We're also going to have possible morning and afternoon showers if you've already experienced that, because it's already morning, right? And of course, the temperatures are going to be as high. See which county I've not checked at. I'm not sure which counties I've not checked at. Let me see. We already checked. Did we check Kisumu? Yeah, we checked Kisumu, right? So that is how the weather is good. But in Kisumu, Homa Bay, Siaya, Migori, Kisii, Nyamira, this is what is going to be happening today. Morning rains possible in some of the counties. Afternoon showers and thunderstorms likely over also in several places. And the typical day, 30 degrees Celsius, temperatures high, and 18 degrees Celsius lows this morning. And I think I've looked at almost all the counties. Today I decided Bilaja, show. Ile tu bila jasho, unazote zote pamoja, and so that we can know how our weather looks like. But that is how the weather looks like today. So for those of you who are expecting rains, please be careful. Beba mwavuli, beba sweater. If it is going to be cold, watu wa Nyandarua as well. And remember, we always say that no matter how the weather looks like, whether it's as hot as Mandera, as cold as Nyandarua, the blessings of the Lord are always sufficient. And they do not choose when to they do not choose ati nitakuja kukiwa na jua, nitakuja kukiwa na mvua. The blessings of the Lord are for each and every season, all right? And that is our traffic that is our weather update. I want us to look at our traffic updates, but the check-ins have started coming in. So let's see who is calling us, alafu we go into our traffic updates. Oracle TV, hello. Oracle TV, hello. All right, they hang up, and that's well. Just check your network, and then we are going to go together as well. So that is how our weather looks like. All right, I want us to go ahead and look at our traffic updates. So here comes our traffic updates. Wacha tuone barabara zinasema nini. Today there was no traffic. Ama ni kwa sababu nilitoka mapema. But I don't know why. I don't know if there was traffic on the road that she used. But wacha tuangalie updates zinasema nini. So we can know, because I don't know. Mondays are always the worst with traffic. Wednesdays inakuanga midweek. Akunanga traffic mingi sana. But that in mind, let us check. I'm going to start with Jogoo Road. So Jogoo Road traffic flows... the traffic flow is moderate to heavy. It is ranging between those two, particularly around the Makadara and industrial area stretch, all right? The affected spot right now is Makadara Junction and also the industrial area section. Pale also City Stadium, I also see pale kuna a little bit of a snarl up. So if you're using Jogoo Road to come to town, expect a 10 to 20 minutes delay. Give me a second. Oracle TV, hello.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Tunaongea na nani?
You're talking to Mary.
Mary from where?
From Naivasha.
How is Naivasha doing?
It's good, but it's gonna be raining soon.
Aha, all right. Give us your health tip of the week.
Pardon?
Anasema today is Health Wednesday.
Yes.
Na tunapeananga health tip of the week. Tupatie health tip yako.
An apple a day keeps the doctor away.
That's amazing. Asante sana and keep it locked.
Yes?
Asante sana, keep it tuned.
Okay.
All right. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. Last week tulipata gani? A gym a day keeps obesity away. Like yo. But anyway, thank you so much, Mary. Naivasha is loud and clear. I see so many messages, but I promise I'm going to get to your messages in just a while. I picked her call because she has called, I think around 4 times. That's why I picked her call. She was so persistent. But anyway, Jogoo Road. Nimewambia, if you're using Jogoo Road to come to town, you're going to be delayed kidogo around 20 minutes. Expect a 10 to 20 minutes delay, and also if possible you can take an alternative route. All right, okay, that is Jogoo Road. Kiambu Road looks nice, and also it isn't as heavy. Actually, it's moderate. The traffic is moderate along Kiambu Road, and also I see 5 to 15 minutes delay because of a little bit of snarl up that iko pale kwa DCI headquarters. So not that much, not that of a big deal. All right, that is Kiambu. Then we have Waiyaki Way. Now Waiyaki Way, the traffic today is moderate. Nimewambia ni Wednesday. Traffic nowadays doesn't look as bad during midweeks, but that is on Waiyaki Way. There is moderate, traffic congestion is a very moderate, especially from Kangemi to Westlands hapo hivyo, and it's mostly because that is where there is a split, unaingia expressway na wengine wanateremka, and so that stretches all the way from Brookside to the Westlands roundabout. That is how it looks like. So estimated delay, that is a 10 to 25 minutes. Also pale ni Nairobi School Junction, there's also a bit of traffic, so it starts there actually, and I think it stretches from Nairobi School, then we go to ABC Place, unateremka Brookside up to Westlands roundabout, but it's not as heavy, it's moderate, it's moving, and there's nothing as good as having traffic that is moving. Around 10 to 25 minutes a delay. All right, we check Mombasa Road. This is one of the busiest road we have in Kenya. So Mombasa Road, current situation saizi, heavy, very heavy traffic, and also there is no specific accident or incident on Mombasa Road this morning. We thank God for that. And also estimated delay is 15 to 30 minutes. I see the affected spots is from JKIA direction into the CBD. There's a bit of a snarl up also at the interchange that is near General Motors roundabout, and also the Southern Bypass Junction. There's also a bit of a snarl up right there, lakini tunaenda vizuri. Then Ngong Road. Now Ngong Road, current situation is moderate to heavy. That is what we are working with, moderate to heavy, and the affected spots are near the Prestige Plaza, also the Kibra route section, and also at the current roundabout there's a little bit of delay, na pia pale as you're coming into the CBD pale Daystar, there's also a delay. So if you're coming to town, 30 to 45 minutes delay, sorry for that, lakini that is how your road looks like. Then lastly we have the Langata Road. No traffic, actually it's moderate, there's not much traffic, it's moderate, and affected spots from current shopping center towards the Langata roundabout via the Southern Bypass interchange. That is where we have a bit of a delay, and also estimated delay 10 to 15 minutes. That is what's happening on our roads. All right, and I love the fact that there are no major incidents on our roads this morning. I mean, how amazing is that? No major road accidents or incidents on our roads this morning. And as we always say, always be mindful of every road user around you. We have another call. Let's see who's checking in. Oh my goodness. Oracle TV, hello. Ameenda, amepotea. That's fine, that's okay, that's good. Let me see who has checked in. But before we do that, always remember to be mindful and respectful of every other road user around you. Whether unaendesha V8, whether unaendesha Mitsubishi, whether wewe ni Mitsubishi, whichever you, whether when you are Route 11, wherever, whichever category you're in, let us be respectful of everyone on our roads. And especially right now, because schools have already started to close. I've seen a lot of students, by the way. Kama when students, give us a thumbs up na utuambie uko around. Kama when students, give us a thumbs up so that we can give you a warm welcome. Because I've seen students have already started going home. So let us be mindful of our roads, especially hizi barabara zinapitia kwa residential areas. Be very, 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 very careful. And having said that, let me fulfill my part of the bargain by reading some of the messages that we have this morning. Hey, imeenda wapi? All right, let me look for that. Sorry, let me look for that. Let me look for that as we Usiniambie, okay, nimeipata. Hey, my name is Wells Peace from Dhika. Watching live from Dhika. Shout out to all youths at Deliverance Church Dhika. I love you all. That's actually sweet. Watu wa Deliverance Church Dhika. Oye, osi watu wote. Youths wa Deliverance Church Dhika. You have been shouted out by one Wells from your church. All right. Oracle TV, hello.
A reverse call request. If you accept it.
Oracle TV, hello. Oracle TV, hello. All right, I think we lost that one. That is well. Let me see someone. What were Deliverance Church Thika? The use of Deliverance Church Thika, you have been shouted out. Umepatiwa shout out na Wells from your church. Anasema anawapenda nyinyi wote. Hoping mnampenda pia. Asikuwa anawapenda na nyinyi hampendi. But thank you so much, Wells, for keeping it tuned. Dika is locked in. Good morning, Ruth. Good morning. Thank you for your compliment. Anasema ni Tash, watching from Murang'a County. Sisi tusha experience ka rasha kidogo. That's good. Washa experience rasha kidogo. And then anaendelea kusema, my health tip of the day. Eat as many fruits as possible, but do not overeat. Eat as many fruits as possible, but do not overeat. There's a limit to it. All right. Thank you so much, Tash. Tunakupenda sana. Naona mwingine hapa. Good morning, Oracle TV. Good morning. Anasema, anatutazama kutoka wapi? Huyu ni wa Kangemi. Anasema sijasoma weather ya Kangemi. Kangemi iko Nairobi, surely. But ni sawa, nitarudia tena ya Nairobi. But thank you so much. Anasema, good morning, Oracle TV. Good morning. Shout out to my mom, akiwa at her place of work. Her TV is always on Oracle TV pale kwa hoteli. Thank you so much. I wish ungetuambia ni wapi. So we give her a shout out. But mom, umepatiwa shout out because amesema TV yako inakuanga always Oracle TV. That means that says una to watch. So your child says sends you a hi, and anasema anakupenda sana. We do love you as well here at Oracle TV. Nasema, good morning, Ruth. Good morning. Happy Health Wednesday. Happy Health Wednesday. Alafu anasema, nimesikia ukisema kuhusu starters. Okay, we are coming there. We are getting there. Let us not push it. We are coming there. Usijali, relax, maintain, tunakuja hapo. But yes, today is International Day of Stammering Awareness. And this is celebrated across the world. We are going to be looking at some of it, what it means, and maybe some of the causes of stammering, if there are any. And then we are going to also be looking at cure, if there is cure for it. We're also going to be looking at whether a cause has already been found and why it is important for us to be celebrating it leo. That's true. So stick around hapo. Good morning, Oracle TV. Good morning. Leo Ruth share kahawa hata kama. Hey. Sawa basi. Here is my cup of coffee. Where is yours? Wale ambao wanatutumia messages on WhatsApp, screenshot your cup of coffee for me, utumie hapa. Nimeambiwa leo ni share kahawa. Here is my coffee. Show me yours. Thank you so much. Anasema, praise God, Oracle TV. My name is Kelvin, watching from Narumoru. Anasema, love Oracle TV so much. Health tip of the day, kama kawaida, drink enough water. That's true. Thank you so much. Keep them coming in. I do love your feedback as well. You can also go ahead and call us on 0711 176 006, and we are going to pick your call because I just can't wait to hear what you have for us as well. Let me go pale YouTube, how we see who we have there, or pale Facebook. I want to see who has tuned in. I want to see who has given us their thumbs up also on Facebook. Thank you so much. You are continuing to come in. Tunawapenda sana. Endeleni kuingia na muendelee kutuambia mnatutazama kutoka wapi. All right, that being said, I want us to look at what happened today in history. And leo ni tarehe 22. Hiyo Kiswahili iko sawa, si ndio? Leo ni date 22. Today is on 22nd of October, and actually, according to history books or in history, today was a very special day to Kenya. That is what I am. That is what I am looking for. Okay. Let's see. Found it. So today is on 22nd of October. And what happened today? So Kenya First Public Human Milk Bank, Kenyan First Public Human Milk Bank was set up today at the Pumwani Maternity Hospital in Nairobi and was launched in March 2019. All right, it was set on in March. Okay, it was launched in March 2019, but it was set up on the 22nd of October. All right. And this was set up as a pilot project in East Africa and as one of the earliest in sub-Saharan Africa to serve babies whose mother cannot be breastfed. First of all, let us look at what a breast human bank is. You see, the way we have blood banks, unasikianga kwa hospitali wako na bank ya kuweka damu. So there's also a certain I don't want to say a certain bank, but there's also a human breast human breast milk bank. How does this work? This works so mothers donate their breast milk and then the breast milk is stored. Why is it stored? This is for children who are born prematurely, for children whose mothers cannot breastfeed, maybe because of issues with their bodies or maybe illness, and for children who are born and then their mother passed away, for children who for any reason at all cannot be breastfed. That is what the human breast milk bank serves them for. All right, just the way we have one. You see those two bottles that you see there on your screen? Some of those two bottles are what they use to put breast milk in so that they can store them in a nice cool refrigerator. You're going to see that much later. So this was set in Pumwani Maternity Hospital. That was in October 22, that is today. And also this project was funded by the UKAID through the County Innovation Challenge Fund and implemented in partnership with organizations including PATH, the African Population and Health Research Center, and also the Ministry of Health as well was involved, and the Nairobi County as well, because Pumwani Hospital is in Nairobi County. And how does this work? How does this human bank work? Number one, donor screening. Mothers who are donating their breast milk undergo screening for infections. That is the Pumwani Maternity Hospital. When you wajui pumu, na ndio pumu hapo, that is Pumu. That is where this amazing milestone was made, in Pumwani Hospital. Actually, I think it is the biggest maternity hospital we have in Kenya. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that is what I think though, because it's a public hospital as well. So how does this work? Number one, we've said donor screening. Mothers who are donating the milk, because it is mothers who donate. There are those mothers who come and just like, I want to donate my breast milk, because they know why they are doing that. All right. And these mothers who are donating undergo screening for infections and diseases such as HIV, such as hepatitis, such as syphilis, and a complete health and lifestyle questionnaire to make sure that the breast milk they are giving has no infection, that the breast milk they are donating has no any sort of contamination or anything. Then the milk processing and pasteurization. So after the milk is donated, the milk is pasteurized, of course, for example at 63 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes, then cooled well, and then it is tested again for safety before they store it. I think we have a picture of where they are they have the two bottles in a fridge. We are going to be seeing that in a while. And then after the milk processing, it is then again stored. So it is stored and then allocated. So once the milk is approved, this is once it has gone through the screening, it has been given a clean bill. Allow me to use that term. Once it has been given a clean bill, so the milk is stored in frozen containers and bottles. Again, I'm going to show you those pictures, don't worry. In frozen containers and bottles, and then prioritized for use based on need. First form, severely ill preterm infants, then other vulnerable newborns. So this milk is stored. Yeah, thank you so much. These are the two bottles. So the two bottles that you see on the table, those are the two bottles that they use to store that milk. And I think we also have another picture where we have them that have milk already. Don't worry, we are going to be showing you that as well. So once the milk is approved, it is given on need basis. It's first given to the children who are, or rather infants who are severely at a bad place, or children who need it most. Thank you so much. That is the picture. That is how the milk is stored. So when unaona kutoka pale juu hadi chini, that is milk. That's actually breast milk. And why is it important? Someone might be asking, why is the breast milk important? So health-wise, a child should breastfeed exclusively for 6 months. And a child who is let's say a child who doesn't have a mother, maybe the mother died while giving birth, a childbirth. So that child is gonna need breast milk to, to boost their immune system. That is why children need breast milk, because they are supposed to breastfeed for exclusively 6 months peke yake, because the mother's milk has nutrients that the other milk cannot have. Achana na hizi canned milk, hizi zenye watu wanatumianga. I would have named a brand, but I don't think I'm supposed to do that. Achana na hizo. The breast milk has so many nutrients that a child needs, and it has so much immunity that a child needs, and that is why it is so important. So once it is stored like this, it is ready to be given out, and it's given out on need basis, as much as a child needs, according to the situation of the child. All right. And then the donor eligibility. So as a mother, for you to donate, only mothers who have delivered at the hospital and who have surplus milk may donate. Because health-wise, when a mother gives birth, there are those who have a lot of problems, having milk, na kuna wengine wakonga wamebarikiwa zaidi, maziwa ni mingi kuliko maziwa ni mingi, they have over, and those are eligible for breast, for the donation, and mothers who have delivered at the hospital. Why? Because doctors are able to follow up. And also, initially donations came from only within the hospitals. Mothers from outside were not yet fully integrated due to logistical transport constraints and also a few other issues. All right. And so what has been the impact of this human breast milk bank? So according to, a news piece back in 2023, by that time, that is by 2023, the bank had helped hundreds of preterm infant babies whose mothers could not feed them. And also in 2019, an article, this was after the launch, an article had said that the bank had served 75 infants from 400 donors by that time, like 1 month into the launching of this program, and 75 infants have already benefited from this. And also a research by PATH also noted that the milk bank is embedded in a broader mother-baby friendly initiative that is supposed to, show the model of care, and also is associated with improved exclusive human milk usage. And also another study also found that let me try to summarize that as well, because those are a lot of percentages. So another study has showed that 51.7% have adequate knowledge of this, what this is happening, and also 57.1% have a positive attitude towards it, and 36.4% say they would accept the donor milk. However, we still have situations where people refuse this, and that might be according to their beliefs. That might be because of they feel it's not right, whatever reason they feel is put there. But this milk has helped a lot of children, or rather this bank milk. And why is this important? So according to WHO, when a mother is unable to breastfeed, the best option for newborns, especially the preterms or low birth weight, is safely collected donor human milk rather than a formula. Why? Because the mother milk, the one that comes from a mother, has a lot of nutrients compared to the formula. Formula imene kaundiwa huko, but this one is natural milk. Allow me to use natural. This one is a natural, all right? And also breast milk, whether mother's own or donor, has many protective effects. That is what I was telling you. It has a lot of antibodies. The baby can be able to digest, or rather the baby system can be able to digest the milk better, fewer infections, improved cognitive outcomes, and so many other advantages. And the bank helps bridge the gap when a mother's milk is unavailable. All right. And right now in Kenya, neonatal mortality remains high, and low birth weight, preterm birth are a major challenge still in the country. And the bank is one tool that is helping reduce infant mortality and morbidity. And also, let us look at some of the challenges of these blood banks, because in everything there has to be challenges and advantages. So what are the challenges of this milk bank? So supply and demand mismatch. This happens when the bank currently serves mostly hospitals, hospital-based mothers. Collecting from outside the hospital and distributing more widely remains a challenge. They are only able to collect from mothers who are in the hospital. So there is still a challenge of collecting more milk from mothers that are out there, away from hospital. And also cultural and awareness barriers. This is also a huge challenge because some mothers are hesitant to donate a milk or accept donor milk due to concerns about, number one, safety, number two, contamination, number three, unfamiliarity with the concept, and also the study found a sizable proportion uncertain about acceptability. Most mothers are not still able to accept this because of maybe cultural issues, or maybe lack of awareness, and sometimes ignorance, because when you don't know about something, you might not know how it's going to help you. And also logistics is also a big challenge, because milk banks require well-controlled cold chains, also pasteurization equipment, safe screening, testing processes, trained staffs, and protocols. Now, establishing and maintaining this is resource intensive, all right? And also another challenge we have is the reach. All right, the reach. Initially, the bank services were limited to the hospital where it is located. Expansion to other facilities is needed for, broader coverage of it. All right, and these are just some of the challenges that this program right here is having, and infrastructure actually, because you see, when you're only collecting from the hospital and you're not able to collect from outside, that means that you are not going to help as many babies as possible. And allow us to look at some of the statistics now. As of August, that is 31st, 2025, that was just last a few months ago, you know. Yeah, I think that was 2 months ago. As of August 31st, 2025, the Milk Bank reports that 1,887 newborns have received donor milk. All right, donor human milk. And since its inception, 2,598 mothers have donated the breast milk. That is actually some good statistics. Now, a 2023 analysis found that exclusive use of human milk in neonatal unit rose from 41.3% to 63.8% after the bank's introduction. And as I mentioned before, biologically, or according to, how do I put this, health-wise, allow me to use that. Health-wise, a baby is supposed to breastfeed exclusively for 6 months because of the nutrients that are found in the mother's breast milk. And you see, the exclusive use of human milk in some of these units, they rose from 41.3% to 63.8% after the introduction of this human bank. So those are some good, statistics. And also, babies exclusively fed milk, babies that exclusively fed human milk had a 27% shorter hospital stay compared to those who fed on formula. All right. Babies that are feeding on the human milk, we are talking about the donated milk, they had a 27% shorter hospital stay compared to those who fed on the formula. Because again, if the milk is not enough, if the human milk is not enough, we have to go to the formula way, because these children need also to be saved, the babies, the infant babies, all right? And also, another statistic, a second human milk bank is planned at Mbagathi County Referral Hospital to broaden the access in Nairobi. So the government is trying as much as possible to broaden some of these services so that we can make sure that children mortality or infant mortality is dealt with as soon as possible. Now, what does this mean? The milk bank is making a measurable impact on neonatal care, higher human milk coverage, shorter hospital stays, and improved outcomes for vulnerable infants. And also it demonstrates that such a facility is feasible in Kenya's public health system despite the screening and logistic challenges, also infrastructural challenges. And also with the expansion to Mbagathi and other hospitals, this suggests a movement towards scaling the model, which can reduce disparities in neonatal nutrition access. And although there are so many challenges that are still remaining, this continues to be one of the best program for the infant babies. Let me just put it like that, for infant babies who have no access to human breast milk. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is what happened today in history. Such an amazing milestone in our country when it comes to health. All right, keep that in mind, and you can go ahead and read more about it if you didn't know about it. Now you know, nilikwambia ni kufunzana, tunafunzana hapa. You teach me something, I teach you something, na tunaendelea hivyo. All right, thank you so much for that. And I do see I have more and more messages up before we look at International Day of Stammering. I see we have so many messages right here. Good morning, Ruth. Good morning. Okay. Kumbe pia maziwa inadonetiwa. All right. Yes, that's true. That's true. I think donation is not only for blood. You know, most of us think donation ni ya damu peke yake. Actually, most of us think that we only have blood banks. There are no other banks. There are others, and today we've learned one more. And as time goes by, we are going to be digging and finding out more and more about this. But thank you so much. Good morning, Ruth. This is Benes. Benes, unatazama kutoka wapi? This is Benes. Kutoka. Hey, Benes, message yako imeshikana, but don't worry, I'm going to try and decode it. This is Benes from Laikipia. Benes from Laikipia. Nasalimia mama yangu akiwa Nairobi. Nampenda sana, naendelee kutazama Oracle TV. Asante sana, Benes. We do love you and appreciate you. Hello, Oracle TV. Following up, thank you for the knowledge. We didn't know kuna kuanga na milk bank. All right. Thank you so much. Good morning, Ruth. Good morning. Na kunaweza kuwa na money bank yenye watu wana donate. Surely, guys, let us be serious a little. Kama kunaweza kuwa na money bank yenye merudi ile ya obesity. This is our health tip of the day. If you think health tip of the day, if you think junk food is sweet, then try obesity and you will know it is not. That is quite a health tip. If you think junk food is sweet, then try obesity and then you will know it's not. This is who? This is Joan. Joan, thank you so much. I like that. If you think junk food is sweet, then try obesity. Then try obesity, and then you're going to know that it is not. Wow, amazing. Thank you so much, Joy. We do love you and we do appreciate you. Oracle TV, hello. This is Ashanti. Natazama kutoka Kangemi. Thank you so much, Ashanti. Tunakupenda sana. Bernard. Ama ni Bernard. Bernard. I came to realize that those two names have different pronunciation. The same name but different pronunciation. And sasa sijui kama yake ni Bernard ama ni Bernard. Which is which? Bernard, whichever it is. Thank you so much. Anasema natazama kutoka Thika. Thika leo tuko wengi. Tuko loud and clear. Thank you so much. On WhatsApp, do we have any messages? Let me check. Watu wa WhatsApp bado. So make sure that you are texting in and make sure you are telling us where you are watching us from, and we are going to be so happy to listen to you. And also, without forgetting your health tip of the day, watu wa WhatsApp tumeelewana. Give me your cup of coffee. Mpigie picha ukiwa na your cup of coffee na tutakuwa pamoja. All right? Do that for us and we are going to stick around together. Now, moving on swiftly Today is on 22nd of October. And actually, I love the fact that when it comes to health, we get to know so many things that we ignore, or rather things that we see each and every day and end up ignoring them. It is like something that happens around you, might not be often, but something that happens around you. But because it is something that is not talked about more, or because it's something that cannot, it's not a major conversation anywhere, you find that we tend to forget some of these things. And that includes stammering and stuttering. That includes stammering and stuttering. Why did I say this? Because today is a very special day. Today is International Stuttering Awareness Day. International Stuttering Awareness Day. And someone might be asking, why is this celebrated? Like, what is the muna try kudu? Muna try what? And this is important because each and every, and I'm sure you've also experienced this, and each and every one of us has met a stammerer or a stutterer once in a while. Actually, it's the same. Stammerer, stutterer, it's just the same. It's just that one time is used in one part of the world, the other time is used in another part of the world, but it is the same thing. Stammering, these people who stutter, mwenye akiongea lazima arudie maneno kidogo ndio aseme neno yote, stammerers. Right? And we know this because Moses was a stammerer. That is what the Bible tells us, that I cannot speak, okay? I cannot speak well, I am a stammerer. That is something we are quite familiar with. And today is actually a very special day. Why is this day special? Because this is the day that the world gets to create awareness on stammering, on stuttering, and get to know that this is not just an afterthought. It is something that should be out there. It is a conversation that should be out there. Why? Because for you to understand them, you have to know about them. You have to know about the challenges they go through. And that is what I want us to do in the next few minutes zenye zimebaki. So allow me to look at that with you about stuttering. So what is stuttering or stammering? Let us start with medically speaking. Now, medically speaking, stuttering or stammering is a speech fluency disorder that affects the normal flow of speech. All right? That affects the normal flow of speech. This is a person who, for example, wants to say mom. This person has to repeat the first syllables, mom, before they actually bring it out. All right? And it involves involuntary repetition, just like I said, mama. It's not that they want to repeat that, they just can't help it. All right? Also prolongations or blocks in sound and syllables or words. Now, what is the medical definition of it? The medical definition of stuttering or stammering is a communication disorder that is characterized by disruption in the production of speech, sound, and often accompanied by physical tensions, eye blinks, and lip tremors. So if you've noticed, if you've noticed people who stammer, they actually blink a lot, or rather akijaribu kuongea, because they're trying to bring out the words, but the words are not coming out the way they want because they're speech disorder. And actually, this is something very, very important for us to get to know, because we experience them everywhere, each and every single day. If utakutana na yeye leo, utakutana na yeye kesho. And actually, this is something that, the world does not take keen on, or we do not take keen on, because it is not a conversation that is out there. All right? And the science behind stammering and stuttering is actually mind-blowing, because research shows that stuttering is neurological, not psychological, as many would purport. Neurological means it starts in the brain. It's a neurological disorder. So brain activity, brain imaging reveals differences in how the left hemisphere, which is the language center. I'm going to get us a doctor to talk to us about that. Okay, I'm not a doctor, but let me repeat that again. So brain imaging reveals the differences in how the left hemisphere, which they say is the language center, and the right hemisphere coordinate during speech, are actually some of the reasons why people stutter. Now, also another reason will be genetics. All right, stuttering can run in families. Genes associated with it have been identified. You find that these are whole family of people who stammer. It's genetic sometimes, and also we have also speech motor control. There's a disruption in timing, motor planning, and coordination of speech muscles. Let me look in depth into that. I did have a few notes on that. Let me check it. Just give me a single minute. And as I continue checking, I hope you are texting us, you are telling us where you're watching us from, because it's super, super, super important. Let me see. I think I lost that one. Just allow me to check on that again. Just give me a single minute to check that. All right. Here we go. We have, yeah, I found them. So we are looking at the contributing factors and the causes. All right, so we said genetics is one of them, and stammering often runs in families, and while there's no single gene, multiple genes are involved and influence the brain structure and function. So you find that a family has a whole lot of stammerers because sometimes it's genetics, and also temperaments might be caused, because some young children who stammer may be more emotionally reactive, or rather have difficulty with emotional regulations. I'm sure you've heard people say that people who have people who stammer are very angry people, or they have anger issues. Temperament, that is where it comes in. But I'm not saying it's true, it's what they say. All right, environmental factors, negative reactions or pressures can increase a child's anxiety and worsen the experience of stammering. All right, then some of the characteristics, we said repetition, sometimes a lot of repetition. We have prolongation, and prolongations, this is, for example, I want to say milk. Milk. All right, you also find those who milk, and then there's those who milk. Prolongations, they have blocks, involuntary pauses where there is no sound that is coming out. You find that someone is trying to speak out, but they really can't. All right, because there's a block somewhere, and even though the mouth is in position to speak, you find that there's that block. That is also a characteristic of stammering. And also physical tension. There is tensing muscles around the mouth, face of body, which can include movement like head nodding, eye blinking, foot stamping, and also avoidance. Some avoid certain words, or speaking to people, or speaking in some situation to hide this condition. And because it is a condition, and it is a condition that is there, and sometimes it happens after accidents. I personally knew someone who was speaking very fluently, but after an accident happened, they started stammering. So it is not always genetic. It is not always genetics. Sometimes it comes as you go. All right, and let's look at something else right here: the emotional and social effects of stammering and stuttering. And stuttering often leads to anxiety, a lot of it avoidance of social interactions. You find that people who stammer tend to keep to themselves so much. Why? Because people around them do not understand them, because some of them get tired. Someone is trying to have a conversation with you, but because they are stammering, you end up getting tired to listen to them, to wait for the words to come out. And some are very mean. You find that someone is stuttering. For example, they want to say milk. All right, for example, they want to say milk. Someone is trying to say milk. Wewe unamalizia badala ngoje amalizie. And some of these things discourage. All right, some of these things discourage. And another thing that discourages them a lot and causes them to hide themselves is by other people mimicking, and especially when it comes to children. And sorry to say, but this does not only happen with children, it also happens with grown-ups. You find that someone is stammering, stuttering, and you will find that people out there are mimicking what they do, not because they are stutterers or they are stammerers, but they are mimicking it for fun. And these are some of the things that lead to them locking themselves up, keeping to themselves, and not even having a social life because they fear the stigma. And these are very, very serious emotional and social effects. And many individuals will fear speaking in public or even introducing themselves. And also, sometimes low self-esteem. And this is the worst case scenario where someone does not believe in themselves because they cannot have a proper conversation. And later on, once we are done with this, I'm going to read to you, or rather give you, a list of some of the most famous people who are stutterers or who started as stutterers. Because as much as there is no like cure that has been found, therapy is there and it has helped a lot of people, but we are going to look into that. Wacha niache kuruka mbele ya ndarama, si ndio? Actually, the next one is treatment. So we are good. Atujaruka mbele ya ndarama. So there is no single cure that has been found, but various therapies help improve on fluency and confidence. Fluency in speaking to people, confidence when speaking to people. Some therapies help with that. And we have speech, the number one is speech therapy. And speech therapy, especially fluency shaping and stuttering modification therapy, where you get to try and, if you want to speak fluently, these are some of the, if you're stuttering and you want to speak fluently, that is one of the options that is there for you. Speech therapy, it helps you build up and help you start, speaking fluently. We also have cognitive behavioral therapy. This one helps manage anxiety around speaking. Because they know that they are going to stutter. Some of them are so anxious. Some of them sweat a lot. Nasemanga kijasho, tulikuwa tunaandika kwa shairi, kijasho chepesi kikateremuka kwa uso. Sijui kama uliandika kitu kama hiyo kwa shairi, lakini kulikuwa na kitu kama hiyo. You find that when such a person wants to stand somewhere and speak, they have to actually struggle so much. So one of the therapies that is there to help is the CBT, or the cognitive behavioral therapy. And also we have assistive technology. There are so many devices that alter how speech sounds and are hard to improve rhythm. And also we have support groups, crucial for emotional healing and social confidence. And these support groups are some of the groups that are celebrating this today. I personally know of a group that is putting up this today, and they have a small gathering today, or rather an event. Let me not call it a small gathering, but they have an event to commemorate this day because it is important. All right. And the emotional impact, we also have the emotional impact of this, because apart from the emotional part of it, and apart from the social part of it, there is also an emotional impact of it. But before we look into that, speech therapy services are growing in Kenya, but are still limited to more major urban areas like Nairobi and Mombasa. You find that uko Ushago, in the reserve areas, this is still not available. And also institutions such as the KNH and other private hospitals, are there available to offer speech therapy as well. But still there is need for more and more and more and more to be done to make sure that they are all included. All right. And let me look. I was looking at I think we've looked at everything, right? I think we've looked at everything, but also it is important to note that for infants, or rather for children, it starts between the age of 2 and 5 during early language development. That is when you start noticing that your child might have an issue with that. All right. And also this is when it comes to genetics. All right. And if a child has inherited stammering through genetics, or because their father was a stammerer, because their grandfather was a stammerer, you would start noticing it between the age of 2 to the age of 5, when the speech is starting to develop in the child. All right. And also maybe lastly, emotional impact of it. That is what I wanted us to look at. People who stutter may face anxiety, embarrassment, or avoidance. Some people avoid public speaking, they avoid certain words, and also they avoid making friends out there, which is why you find that most of them keep to themselves. And why do they keep to themselves? Because as a society, we do not appreciate them. As a society, we do not at all make them feel part of us. You know, for someone to feel part of you, you have to accept them just the way they are. And that is why such such events are there. I'm trying to look at the theme because we have a theme for this year, and the theme is a diverse stuttering community meeting challenges with strength. A diverse stuttering community that is meeting challenges with strength. That is the theme of this year, because this is celebrated each and every single year. Each and every single year we celebrate this, we commemorate this. And I know maybe you didn't know about it, but each and every single year we make sure that we commemorate this. And this year's theme, let me repeat that again, a diverse stuttering community meeting challenges with strength. And as I was looking into this, I did say that the reason why they came up with the whole idea around the theme was so that they can maximize their challenges and try and stand on them as their strength. That's why they are saying meeting the challenges with their strength. And this is the 2025 theme, and I hope that you can be part and parcel of it. And how can you be part of this? How can you be part of commemorating this, or how can you be part of making sure that this day is a success? Number one, encourage a person who stammers out there. Number two, try to learn as much as possible. People dynamics. Try to see how do they behave, all right? How should I relate with them? When I'm saying something, or rather wakati namsaidia kukumalizia maneno, am I hurting the person's feelings? It is good to check some of these things, and you are going to be part of the greater society that is doing good and that is helping each and every person feel included out there, because inclusivity is the key. And each and every health day that is put up there by the WHO, it's all about inclusivity, it's all about awareness, and it's all about making sure that everyone is aware that this is there, everyone is aware that this is a condition, everyone is aware that this is not something you joke around with. You might lead someone into depression by just mimicking what they are saying, by just mimicking the way they are doing it. You might lead someone to depression by just showing, no interest in whatever they are saying. They're trying to talk to you and you're showing no interest. But be the greater person for the good. Impact dialogues, that is what we do right here. You be the greater person for the good. Be the person that makes the difference and the person that makes the impact. And that is what is happening today. International Stuttering Awareness Day. International Stuttering Awareness Day. So I am happy that we've learned that. I've also learned a lot from that, by the way. I checked it up this morning. It actually popped up as a notification, and I was like, wait, so there's a day like this. And a lot of things you find on the internet, you are surprised on how you never knew that these things existed, because we do see them, but we don't actually think that there could be a day for them, or that it's that major of an issue. And if you look at the statistics, depression actually, most of the stammerers who have depression comes as a result of the stigma, comes as a result of, lack of that environment that is supportive for them. And now that you know, I know that you are going to do your due diligence and make sure that you support this as much as you can. All right, and that's just it. I see it's 1 minute to 10. So 1 minute to 10. I want us to end it on that note, but before that, I'm going to check our messages as well to see who has texted us, to see who has told us their tuangalie wale wa mwisho mwisho. Tunasemanga the last minute people. Tuangalie the last minute people na tuangalie mahali ambapo wanatutazamia. And also right from here at Impact Dialogues, we want to wish each and every candidate that is doing their exams a happy exam day and a successful. We wish you all the success, and we know very well that because you've been working on it and because you've been working tirelessly, umekuwa ukikula vitabu, umekuwa ukisoma vitabu, do not worry, it's going to give you, vitabu venye umekuwa ukikula, it is about to happen, and you are about to harvest what you've been sowing. So from right here, from me, Ruth Wanjiru, and from the entire Impact Dialogues team, from the producer to the camera person, everyone right here wishes you a very, 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 very successful exam period, and may you attain the success that you are looking for. Another thing before we go, have you partnered with us today? Take out your phones. Take out your phones. We are about to do that thing. Tuko karibu kupartner na Oracle na Mountain of Deliverance Church Nairobi. So Mountain of Deliverance Church Nairobi is the home of the Oracle Television Network. This studio that you see me here in, it is in the Mountain of Deliverance Church Nairobi. And each and every single day, we partner with the mountain towards offsetting the mortgage of this building, because we pay mortgage for it each and every single month. And for you, you have to be part of us in making sure that we settle this. So take your phones, twende pale M-Pesa. Tulisema mambo ni mbio mbio, si ndio? Twende pale M-Pesa. Ukienda M-Pesa, hata hapo ndo naenda. We are going together. Tunaenda pamoja. Alright, here we go. M-Pesa. Then we have lipa na M-Pesa. Then we have paybill. Do we have all our phones? Sisi wote we have paybill. Then ukifinya paybill wanakutisha business number. So hapo kwa business number, hapo ndo unaweka 4130-469. The account number is actually on your screen. 4130-469, and then unaweka account. Umeambiwa hapo your need. Usiandike your need. Account weka ile hitaji ambayo uko nayo. Alright, I'm going to write mine right here. I'm going to write mine right. If you want a husband, write a husband. If you want a wife, write a wife. Whatever you want it to be. And then amount unaweka minimum ni 100 shillings, but kuna mwenye hezi peana 100 shillings kwa sababu nini yako haijafika hapo, kwa sababu neema yako na 100 shillings ni kama hazitoshani. So put in what you have, and then how you say okay, and then you put in your PIN. Once you put in your PIN, inakuletea Mountain of Deliverance Church International, and then you say okay, and you would have partnered with us right here. And shout out to each and every Impact Dialogue viewer who has been partnering with us. Shout out to each and every person who has been partnering with Mountain of Deliverance Church Nairobi. May the good Lord continue blessing you, and may He continue expanding your territory. Inakuletea Mountain of Deliverance Church, Mountain of Deliverance International Church. International Church. Unajua ukisikia international, that is not a normal grace. You're not walking on a normal grace. You're walking on another grace. It cannot be an international grace and then you walk in a local grace. No. Munaendanisha pamoja. It is international, so you are international. So as you continue partnering with us, the paybill number is on your screen. Make sure you take that screenshot. Anytime you feel like, you can also partner with us, and God is going to bless you. One thing I am sure, that the God of Dr. Oracle is going to do it for you. And speaking of which, Leonie, Wednesday, Bible study. We are having a Bible study this evening from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. So make sure you are part and parcel of it here. Holy Communion service. Inakuanga wa Bible study where we get to, learn. And especially, Leonie, Wednesday. Imagine Wednesday, inakuanga a full health day. Why? Because we start here on Impact Dialogues asubuhi, Health Wednesday. Then pale jioni at 5 p.m., our spiritual health is taken care of. Because number one, we partake of the body and the blood of Christ, and we know for sure nothing that cannot exist in the blood of Christ can exist in us. It is very illegal, by the way. Why? We were created in His image. The life of the flesh is in the blood, and we've partaken of His blood. So naturally, we partake of His life, and His life is eternal. So make sure you do not miss that service. Leo jioni saa 11 tupatane hapa. Kama unataka kujua tuko located wapi, Murang'a Road, Ngara, just next to Aqua Plaza. Our numbers are always on. Iyo number nyiko hapa, it is always on. You can always call us to know how to come. Ukipotea unaweza tupigia simu, and we are going to direct you, and we make sure that you utafika hapa safe. Sawa sawa. And also tomorrow, mega deliverance service. Kesho ni moto. Tunasemanga mshukie Ngara. Hiyo soko hapo tumeonyesha fig tree. Tuambianga kuchukua gari yote na kuja Thika Road tuambia kushukishia fig tree. Hiyo umeona kuna mabasi mengi kwa hiyo video. That one, that is fig tree. Now this is Murang'a Road. That is our church. There we go. Very beautiful building. This is fig tree, guys. This is fig tree. The bridge you cross and then unakuja unatupata hapa. That bridge is the side road. Hapo kuna Pioneer University. And all those roads are going to lead you to that building that you see there. Powerful building. Let me let you see it. There we go. Powerful and beautiful building. That is the one that we are partnering with, okay? So kesho tukutane pia hapa Thursday deliverance service. Mega deliverance service. And guess what? Our Father has not been around for a while, and tomorrow he is going to be here, and we are going to be breaking captivity. Breaking captivity. I'm telling you, if you're not ready for this deliverance service, me, I don't know what you're ready for, because this one is going to be fire for fire. Number one, because tumemiss baba yetu. Number two, because we are breaking out of captivity tomorrow. So tell a friend to tell a friend. Ukikuja leo Wednesday, ukuja prepared, ukijuanga kesho ni Thursday deliverance service, na tunakuwa na service moto. Alright, then Friday we meet for Kesha, Sunday we meet for our Sunday celebration service. Nimeona youth wakisalimiwa wa Thika. Kama uko youth na hauna kanisa ya kwenda, we are here for you, by the way. We have the most vibrant youth around, alright? So make sure that you join us for that. Those are just some of the services that we have this week, but that's it for Impact Dialogues this morning. My name is Ruth Wanjiru. I am happy to have shared your morning with you. I am happy to have shared coffee with you virtually. Hata kama mekata kunitumia picha za kahawa, it is well, it is okay, sina vita, but I am so happy that we got to learn together as well. May you keep healthy today. May you stay blessed today. Until I see you on a Friday. Karibu niseme Wednesday tena. Until on Friday for our social Friday. And we have something so super for you. We are going to be talking about podcasting. And I am going to be bringing you one of the best paid podcaster we have in the country. So you are not ready for that. So see you on Friday. Until then, stay safe, stay blessed, and stay happy.